Hey guys, welcome to the third episode of the Influence Podcast. I am here at LC Studios with 7LC. How are you doing today?
Doing good. I'm actually really excited to be here, so I want to thank you.
I'm actually really thankful that you wanted to come on here
You
and
invited me. You invited me, and I was.
I mean,
really
you
happy
accepted,
about it.
so I'm really happy about that.
Of course.
So before we get into more of what I want this video to consist of, I kind of want to ask you more about yourself, your roots. Where are you from? What do you do?
Yeah. What do you want to start with?
Where are you from? Tell me from young. Maybe if you could go back a little bit.
Okay. So where I'm from, I'm born here, so I'm Canadian, of course. My background, my dad's from Cameroon. My mom is half French, half Haitian.
Oh, that's cool.
In Montreal, I grew up in.
You're from Montreal originally? You were born here?
Montreal, yeah. So I grew up in the neighborhood in the southwest of Montreal. Is called Saint Henry. And after that, I grew up a little bit more in downtown. But other than that, that's pretty much it.
And what made you want to become an artist?
Oh, actually, my whole family is in music. So
Seriously?
Yeah, so I've learned how to sing in church.
Oh, wow.
My mom sang in church, my grandmother sang in church, my dad sang in church.
That's amazing.
My uncle had a band in Haiti as well, also in here. So pretty much all my cousins as well are in music
at the
moment.
Oh, have you learned any instruments, or is it just singing that?
I do play piano, but I've learned by myself. So
I've always wanted to play piano.
Yeah?
Yeah, but I have nails now. You could teach me? Okay,
Yeah,
maybe teach me after this episode's
done.
done.
I cannot teach you the notion, but I could teach you how to play, the logic behind that. You know, so you could play by yourself. You could play by ear.
The thing is that I have nails, and I think that's an issue. People who play piano, I'm told that you can't have nails.
Yeah, they don't have people that play piano doesn't really have good beautiful hands. You have to choose this. Either you play piano, or either you have
beautiful hands.
Beautiful hands.
Oh, that sucks. Okay, so I just want to know, what type of music do you create?
What type of music I create?
Yeah, your genre.
There's none. Actually, I do everything. As long as I can. It's crazy because a lot of people are asking me this. And the thing is, I have so much passion for music that, okay, I'll give you an example. You listen to country. You listen to hip hop. You listen to rock, right? It might not be the type of music that you like, but there's successful rock music, successful hip hop music, successful R&B music, and I'm good at knowing why that certain type of music or that song is successful, and I enjoy knowing that. I enjoy knowing the behind the scene of music of why this song is so successful.
Okay.
And I have so much passion for music that I
you can't really choose a specific thing that you want to fixate on.
I just do music. You put me on a country song,
and you'll find your way to go through it. Okay.
My goal, I'm gonna challenge myself to actually make a good country song, so people that love country could listen to it and be like, wow.
But that's really cool because you're very versatile, so you could hit a bunch of different types of people. You know, you're not really on one specific. You're not hitting one specific genre towards people. So that's really interesting.
That's why if you ask me who's your idol, I'll say
Who is your idol, if I had to ask you?
There's none.
It wasn't okay.
There's
so you
none.
just
I grew up.
So you just have anything.
I mean, if you ask me really I grew up listening to, I would say Ray Charles, James Brown, Barry White. I'm pretty sure that most of your favorite movies has one of their songs in it.
Okay.
I could tell you for sure.
So your recent song, can you tell me a little bit more about your recent song? What's it called? What it's about?
The last song I've released was called "Feel Me." Replay.
Okay.
Actually was 2 songs in one. It was kind of like a storyline. So it was a song that I recorded a long time ago, and my manager Paul and I, we've worked on which song to release, and we really find that this song was a good startup. You know.
Was the song more personal? Was it more personal from your own experiences, or was it just something that you guys just winged in the studio?
It's a good question, because you got to know something. When I make music, it's always about my life.
Okay.
Or I cannot make music. The way I get my inspiration, let's just start like this. The way I get my inspiration, it's really either about what I'm living, or about my friends' problems, or about my friends living. I would sit down with you. I'd be like, hey, how was your last relationship? And if you decide to open up to me, I'll be able to make a song about it.
Yeah, you'll use it as inspiration to your music. And
Correct.
I think that's really interesting for a lot of artists. Like when you have your own personal experiences that you go through and you could just write it down on a paper and express it, you connect so well with so many different people when it comes from the heart.
Correct.
As opposed to you just sitting down and being like, okay, I feel like just writing a song about love.
Yeah, correct.
You know?
But let me stop you here because to go back to your question, that Feel Me Replay song was actually based on my personal life.
Okay.
Where like for a long time, not for a long time, you know, like.
I mean, that sounded like you were a bit hurt in that song.
It's like basically, okay, let's start with the story of the song. The story of the song is about a guy that is actually into a woman, but the woman is actually kind of like cheating.
Okay.
Okay, so in the second song, which is also part of the same song, it's
I can't get his song out of my head. Sorry to cut you off.
the Feel Me part
Yeah.
or the replay part?
The Feel Me part.
The Feel Me part.
Yeah.
So you're basically that's the cheating part. You know, that's when the guy actually gets to know that, oh wow, the girl's not serious. The girl's is texting, or the man is not really faithful, right?
Yeah.
But on the second part, it's when the girl realized that she had something good, but the guy is now, because he got hurt, he focused on
himself,
and
just
not only
moving on.
himself, on money, on like building something.
Yeah,
you
just
know?
things that could better himself as a person and not
Correct.
really like fixate on like
Exactly.
what happened in the past.
Exactly.
No, but I like that. It's really cool because you actually you see the transition of it, you know, being like so brokenhearted to being like your own self.
Exactly.
So I find that really.
And I'm not gonna talk too much about my personal, like, you know, relationship, like you know, like based on this song. But I could tell you something is like there's a lot of women out there, and I respect all of y'all, but it's also it goes the same for man, by the way, that doesn't know what they have until they lose it.
Yeah.
And that was the message behind the song, basically. It's just like the second message to the song is like, also you could also turn painful events, painful situation into a motivation. And that's what I did in the second part of the song. I turned somebody that cheated on me, and I turned it into like me chasing money, me moving out of town.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much like, I've been hurt in my life, and then look at me, like I've opened my own businesses. I took the time to work on myself. I took the time to, you know.
I just want to say, sorry to cut you off, like your studios, honestly, it's coming together so well. Like I wish you guys could actually see like how everything is. It's amazing.
Thank you.
Like it's like big things are coming for you. I could tell you that.
Thank you. Yeah, you have a boyfriend?
No, I don't have a boyfriend.
Are you seeing somebody?
I'm actually seeing nobody at the moment.
Okay.
I feel like I'm at a place in my life where I need to just take things slow because like I'm building my podcast. I'm meeting with like amazing musicians like you, influencers, and I just feel like that should be like the number one focus. Like you said with your song, you fixated more on money and like getting yourself like in a different place, not being so upset in the past, you know, just like reviving yourself, you know. And I feel like that's kind of where my head is at right now.
I do get that. I do get your answer, but like usually that sounds like more like the answer that you give to people. You know, I call that
like
a
an
surface.
excuse? Like an excuse?
No, I call that a surface answer, because behind the scene, everybody needs desires. Let's not lie to each other. Everybody has desires. Everybody has their needs and everything. And then it's winter. It's cuffing season. It's like,
and it's also COVID season. And I feel like adding COVID season and cuffing season is just not a good season. I feel like people just get into relationships, and no hate towards anybody. They just are so like, you know, it's cold. You want to be cuddled. It's cuffing season, COVID season. You kind of want that attention. And I feel like now is the worst time to like.
But I think if you're looking for a relationship in COVID cuffing season, it's pretty most likely it's gonna be like unhealthy, you know. But sometimes people know, like, hey, I have needs. I am a human being. I have needs. Like there's no shame about that. And then they will look into something that is temporary. I
mean, in terms of needs and being temporary and just having a good time, like something casual for sure. I'm just not, like I've said in my previous videos, I'm not really into casual anything. I'm more of like, I'm either with you or I'm not.
Okay,
know?
So you have nobody, you're not seeing anybody, and then you're not taking care of your needs either.
No, I'm taking care of my needs by myself. I'm not with anybody right now.
It didn't sound good right now, you know. People
Why?
might think us otherwise.
No, I'm not. I need a drink right now.
You do need a drink.
Okay, so what I really wanted to discuss with Seven today is you're a musician, right? So musicians in the industry, I just want to know, like, how is it having a relationship? If you, like, in your past, you know, like when you're trying to create something, like, do you prefer being in like a relationship with someone who's in the same industry as you or someone who's not? Like, how do you feel about that? Do you know?
It's funny because I've been like a long time ago. I've been in a relationship with somebody that was not like really in the same industry, but art is art, right? Like, so you're a beat maker, you're a sound engineer.
Yeah,
you're a
that's what I mean.
videographer.
All in like the same type of circle
so
of like
I've been
music.
in a relationship with it had nothing to do with music, but we were complimenting each other.
Because
right?
you both could understand like what you're dealing with.
Yes, and it's kind of hard because I was younger before, right? So it's kind of hard because you have to gauge a little bit the fine line between being competitive and being supportive, because sometimes when you're music, it's a competitive environment.
For sure, it's all like leveling.
Exactly.
In the industry, for sure.
And it could becomes really toxic if you're too competitive, and then like your partner's success.
Okay.
And like when your stuff, me
Yeah,
being an artist, like sometimes my like I feel, and also the people around me, and I feel not to be cocky or something, and I feel I don't get the recognition that I deserve. You understand? Imagine I'm going out with you, you're doing music too, right? And you're releasing a song, and then we all know how this industry is. Woman, you guys beautiful. It's more attractive. It's more sales. It's more.
it's easier, like no matter what on social media, it doesn't even have to be music. It's so easy for a woman to sort of rise to the top just because we're a woman. We sort of have that advantage. So I get what you're trying to say.
I'll be honest,
with that
you
point.
guys run the world. It's not about you guys could use your beauty to get whatever you guys could use. Like you could open your legs about nothing about that. It's just about men's or nothing without women. It is what it is. Like if I share my stuff, like not everybody's that's gonna rock with it. Right?
No, for sure. Like anything anybody does.
But if you share your stuff, you're beautiful. I'm definitely gonna share it just to have a chance to talk to you. You understand?
Yeah, that's why women have more of an advantage.
Women could run the world. Actually, they run the world. It is what it is. So that's what I mean. So basically, it's hard. Like it's hard sometimes, like to be with somebody because you kind of like in a competition with them. So and you don't want to be with.
So you're like implying that you felt like you were in somewhat of a competition with your past relationship
in the past,
because she was in the same type of circle in a way.
Yes, because I would have less recognition for some stuff that I would put so much work in.
Okay.
When she wouldn't, like when she would have so much recognition for some stuff that she just started, and then I could see I was.
Oh, so you felt behind?
I felt
because
behind.
Of her?
I felt behind, not behind, but I felt like it wasn't good to be. For me, it wasn't good to be with somebody that was in the same environment because I would be distracted by that type of recognition that was so like different between her recognition and my recognition.
Okay, because you always feel like it's, even though you're like together and you're trying to work as a team, you still feel like there's like a competition, in the back, it's subconsciously in like the back of your mind.
Once again, I was younger.
Okay.
Right now, I think I'll be mentally fine. I will be.
Do you mind if I ask you how much younger you were?
I was like 18.
Okay.
Yeah, it was like really like young.
Yeah, no, and she was the same age as you around?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. I heard a lot online that like artists who are in relationships with other artists, it's a lot more helpful because, you both understand each other's perspectives, point of view, situations, and like as opposed to like when the girl is like doing something completely different. Like I'm surprised that you're telling me that it's harder for you to be with someone that's in the same field. I honestly would have expected you to say otherwise. No. Just because I'm saying like a lot.
But I think to be honest, sorry to cut you off, but I think that if I were to be with an artist today, or doing any type of art, like like just being with somebody that practice art, I wouldn't feel as the same as before.
Okay.
I think it will be fine, but now it will go to sample basically I will have to base myself on is she a good person?
Okay.
Now the same like this is
what I was gonna say. How do you know? How do you know that person is actually being genuine?
Okay, I have to address something. I'm an artist. I'm living a life where there's a lot of distraction. Okay, there's a lot of I'm living a life like a rock star life, like people like to say, right? Doesn't mean I'm a fuck boy. So doesn't mean
I know
doesn't mean my photographer is a fuck boy. Doesn't mean my manager is a fuck boy. You understand? People sometimes I find it difficult. Sorry, I have to tell you, sometimes I find it difficult for me to have a serious relationship, like artist or not, because people will assume that I'm a fuckboy because of the life. Like if you're example, you're working in an office.
Yeah.
You want to be I don't know, like you want to be a doctor. I want to be an artist. That doesn't mean that I'm not going to be faithful. That doesn't mean that this is just an image. I'm 7LC, but behind that, I'm not going to tell you my government, but behind that, I'm somebody else.
No,
you know,
for
I'm
sure.
me, you know?
It's just for me, like, let's say, like, hypothetically, let's say, like, you or any other artist, if they would, like, try to, like, get involved with me, and let's say I was feeling them, obviously in the back of my head, I would be like, okay, but he's an artist. He's traveling all over the world. He has so many girls that want to sleep with him and would do anything for him. You know,
That's
like,
correct.
how do I know, even if he's a genuine person, and you're telling me
It's not about being
there's
a
a person behind 7LC.
It's about being a boy or a man. If you're a man,
I mean, look, even men cheat,
know
let's
what
be
you
honest.
want. If you're a boy, then you're gonna
For sure,
you're gonna
and-
get between the legs of everybody that's gonna come.
No,
to
for
you,
sure. And like you
know?
like you're saying, you could be that person. You're someone else behind
I
7LC. But from my perspective, to me, it's like I'm seeing all this around you, and in my head, I don't know you very well. Like, even though I'm coming to you right now, I would honestly, and I'm being very real with this, I would assume that, not that I wouldn't call you a fuckboy, but I would assume that you have a lot of like girls around you and stuff all the time. And obviously sometimes, you know, like you said, we have needs. Everybody has needs in this lifetime, you know, especially in COVID. So obviously, like, that would be an assumption in my head.
Can I ask you something?
Yeah, sure.
You're working in the office. You're working as I don't know, insurance broker, right? Don't you have clients?
Yeah, for sure.
Important clients with money?
Yeah.
Don't you have to use, like, you're beautiful, you have to use, like, sometimes you have to be flirty, right?
Presentable. Like, you have to have a
Presentable, right?
presentable approach towards
So
people.
you can meet people that are rich. You can meet people that are successful. You have the same temptation as somebody that is in music, because
But I don't always have the same advantage, because when you have that type of platform, I might have the temptation, but when you have that type of platform, it's a lot easier to bring that.
it's all about perspective.
like,
And you
say-
could fall for the same temptation. Like, yo, a rich man coming to you and be like, yo, I want to buy you a Range Rover. I want to buy you this. I want to buy. Why won't you fall why won't you fall in front of those temptations? The reason why is because you have values, correct?
Yeah.
But some doesn't. It's the same thing when you're an artist. Some people has values, some people doesn't. The fact that I'm choosing like a certain route to live my life, and the fact that you choosing a certain route to live my life has nothing to do. This is just judgmental. This is about perspective. Yeah,
Like-
it's just because sometimes people tend to like just base themselves on what they see. You're a rapper, she's a insurance broker, let's say.
I mean, look, I'm not gonna lie.
People-
I judge book by their cover sometimes. You can't
Yeah.
help it. You're human, you know.
Yeah.
Like, when you see someone looking a certain way, obviously you're like, for example, girls
Have
on
you ever
Instagram.
been with an artist?
No.
So why do you talk about?
Just because, like, I mean, I follow a lot of artists on social media, and I see the things they post at concerts. I see how, you know,
Yeah.
in their tag pictures, how girls react towards it. So, like,
You know what marketing is?
sorry?
You know what marketing is? You show what you want them.
No, for sure. But, like, I know people who, like, are fangirls to artists, and I know that obviously they would do anything for them. You know,
Yeah.
when you're an artist and you have fans and stuff, like, let's be honest, you could sleep with anybody you want.
Oh,
It's not
okay.
very
I
difficult.
like what you said. So like you know, there's like people that are fangirls and they will do anything for them, right?
But that's not wrong. I don't think. Yeah, that's so true.
I know
you know what I
guys.
mean?
I know guys that are rich as fuck. They will do anything for women.
No, but yeah, exactly. It's not just. I'm not saying just men, and I'm not saying just women, but I'm saying people in the music industry. It's a lot easier for you to get.
But what do
be
you
able
base
to have
yourself
that.
on? You've never been in the music industry. That's what I'm saying. In this life, there's so
So
much.
you're saying that people are just posting things because they just want to have that type of appearance?
Do you
to
believe everything that is online?
No, obviously not.
Exactly.
I don't. But still, no matter what, and I know the point you're trying to get, but I was still in my head
It's
like
not a point.
fear
It's a
that.
fact. It's a
It's a
fact.
fact.
Right
You're
now,
right.
right now,
Yes.
there's so much.
He's
There's
made
so
his
much.
fact. He's made his point, and then you're right.
No, but it is.
But I feel like I'd still be nervous. And I guess
And
like,
I'll be nervous. I'll be nervous with a woman that is so attractive and that works in an environment of men. She's not a rock star. She's nothing, but she works around powerful men, rich men, like established men. I will feel as anxious as you will feel anxious going out with an artist. Why? Because at the end of the day, you are in an environment where your girl
Like
or
temptation.
your boy is there's full of temptation and I am as well, right? So that's why
Yeah.
I'm saying, like, people tend to like, okay, you don't being a rapper, oh, that's being with a rapper is like you have more chances of being cheated on, or you have more chances of him falling on.
I mean, you hear all these stories with celebrities on social media and everything. Like, you know, he cheated on her. She did this to him.
Yeah.
She was at this club
On
partying
social
with someone
media,
else.
exactly.
You know what I mean? But I've seen statements. I've seen people on Instagram like post statements,
And
be
do
on
you-
shows, explain their situations, and like, yeah, look, I'm sure a lot of things is bullshit. A lot of things is for show.
But social media is based for people that wants attention, and being an artist, it's all about the intention. You feed off attention, right?
Yeah, but
But people that works as insurance broker, they don't want attention. So how about their stories that you'll never know because it's not?
Yeah, because it's not publicized in the media. So,
Correct.
no, I'm sure a lot of weird shit happens too behind the scenes when you're like at a normal job, at an office, anywhere. But yeah, when you're in front of the camera, in front of everybody, you're more visual towards everybody.
Correct.
Everybody sees your stuff.
All I want to say is, listen, you're a rapper, you're an insurance broker, you work in an office, you have a normal job, you work at McDonald's. Temptations is everywhere. Like, if you are somebody that lives up to your values and understand that, hey, you're not alone, and if I'm with somebody, I'm loyal, no matter the environment, you just live up to your values. Anybody could cheat, no matter the environment. It's just as
Women, men, anybody.
It's
like,
just
we know
as
that.
saying like, oh, being a police officer, being a firefighter is more dangerous than working in an office. No. No, not at all. I could die walking in the office and
Yeah,
my
like,
head
if you're-
my head hits the desk
sure.
and then I die. Like it's
Yeah, like if you're a loyal person and deep down you love your woman, you love your man,
That's
whoever it
correct.
is, no matter what's surrounding you or who's surrounding you. At the end of the day, like, you're going home to that person,
correct.
no
correct.
matter
So
what.
I could be a fuckboy or I could not be, but you'll never know if you don't get to know me. So
I mean, like, I'm sure you guys know by his responses, he ain't a fuckboy.
I mean, I'm not gonna
Right
say
now.
anything.
I
but,
don't
like,
know.
I don't need to promote myself that
No,
I'm not
no,
a
no.
fuckboy because that's actually a fuckboy move. So,
But I'll
let
be
you
honest.
guys
I feel
decide.
like from my impression that I'm getting from you, what you're saying, you're more of like the romantic type. I could be
Okay.
wrong.
Why you put
I
me
don't know
on
if
the
I'm.
spot like
No,
this?
I just like I could be reading you wrong. I don't know what
No,
you
you're
do in your
reading me
private
right,
time,
but I
but
don't
feel
like
like
to
you're.
say, oh, I'm a romantic because people will be
No.
like, that's fuckboy shit.
Why?
Because
Why is it fuckboy shit to be a romantic?
why is it
Aren't you
so
like-
bad to be a rapper? We don't never know.
Why is it? I mean, it's not bad. It depends on what you rap to. No one's like. Anyways,
I rap about love all the time, and they still think I'm a fuckboy. So
but that's because of my point before. Because the fact that you're a rapper, no matter
Mm-hmm.
what you say, just because of like that you have that platform, that's why people assume you're a fuckboy.
you know what, I'm gonna tell you something. Like, it's crazy because there's a lot of girls that DMs me and everything, and it's crazy because I don't give them attention because I know what I want. The moment I know what I want is like,
Why don't you give like what about them makes you not want to give them attention? Like what
Because
do they have that like you don't want to, that you don't want to like?
because they're not trying to get to know me. They already give me the attention as is they know me, but they only know 7LC. They don't know me.
Okay, so that's what I was gonna ask you. Like, do you feel like you get messages based off of just who you are, like on Instagram? Like, do you give them attention? How do you
Actually,
are they-
I feel like the messages that I get is like, it's supportive, it's love, it's like, they're showing love and everything. It's just sometimes they might find a way to like, trying to get to me, and then that's when I choose who I let around. But
like it's obvious.
but
You can tell the difference.
there's no bad intention. It's just like
Okay.
sometimes like, if you want to get to know me for who I am, and if you want to get to know me because I'm an artist, there's two different things, and I could tell. That's the only thing I could say. But
Okay, so it's very
everybody
noticeable.
that slide in, I love y'all. Thank you. I appreciate every time that you're showing love. But like, it's just like I choose who I let into my personal life. Simple
Okay.
as that.
Do you think that you have a really like small circle with
I
your
do.
business and like your friendships?
Of
Like,
course.
Obviously, you're polite to everybody and you give everyone attention.
It's really hard for people to get around me, like
Okay.
to get in my life.
Okay.
Because like I need positive people. I need people that support me.
Because a lot of people, no matter what you do, depending on anything, like you feel, a lot of people do use you, and a lot of people care more about what you can offer them, in terms of like money or like fame, anything,
That's
instead of
correct.
actually seeing like what's within you as a
That's
like
correct.
as your soul,
There's nothing I do right now. Every time, every opportunity I get, every people that I get to know, if I see that those people that I meet could help my friend's business, my friend's life or whatsoever, like I will do it.
Okay.
But the fact that you're gonna enter in my life for those opportunities, I could tell, and that's when I'm gonna be like, nah, like you're not entering that zone.
Have you ever been in a situation where someone has used you for anything?
Definitely, like they
Okay.
use me every time. Like they're trying to use me every time. But the thing is, like, it's like chess. I'm always five 5 steps ahead.
Okay,
It's
so
like
you
if I
you
let
dabbled in it. You understand. You see
if you use me,
the
I'll let
warning
you use me.
signs before anything really happens.
Yes, if you use me, I'll let you use me. It's
Okay.
just to see how far you think that you're really using
Okay.
me. You know?
Wow.
Yeah. It's kind of like scary though. Yeah, don't fuck with me. My bad.
I'm not gonna. Don't worry
So
about it.
sorry.
I'm not.
Could
I'm
you
not like
beep
that. Yes, you could beat that.
Beep.
So honestly, I just want to say I'm really grateful that you wanted to come on this podcast and like speak to everybody and get like, you know, it's really nice when people get an insight about who you are. You know, like you write music, you do music videos, you post pictures, but you know, I don't know, like you said, it's your second ever podcast, so no one has actually really seen so
It's my
much
first
within.
podcast, yeah.
So, oh really? It's your.
It's my
Didn't you say it was like the second
my
time?
second interview, but my first podcast. I've never been like, you know, so I'm really happy to be here. Like I really liked the time that you took, you know, to ask me about me, you know, not like people that just judge me whatsoever.
No, this
you know?
is like when I do my interviews, like it's all about you. Like I want to know all about you, where you're from, what you do, and I just want to ask you one more question. Where do you want to be? Your goals, like where do you see yourself being in like a year from now?
It's crazy because people think I make music because I want to be famous, but I'm actually making music to promote this in here because I'm trying to build a platform in Montreal for the young people. I'm trying to build a platform like where everybody, like I don't care like where you from and which neighborhood you from. I'm actually just trying to build something for the people. I want to be that bridge, that platform that could help people from Quebec, which is a French province, you know, reach throughout Canada and even reach into
That's
the
amazing
US.
that you have such genuine like reasons to why you're doing
I
this.
love that's passion. That's the difference between doing it for money. This is the difference between doing it for money, for clout, and doing it because you have a passion. I don't care if you're an artist and I see you have more potential to make it. I don't mind sacrificing my own career to focus on you to make you go up. This is why I open a studio. You know, the studio in here is just like it's not about money. It's literally about taking the time for anybody that comes here to work.
Yeah, just to help them out, you know,
development.
bring them up. You know, that's the whole
Exactly.
point in this business. You know, once you offer your support to other people, you know, you're only going to level up at that point.
Correct. That's
you know?
my goal. My goal is literally to have that bridge, just like OVO and XO has that bridge for people from Toronto to move up and everything. I want to have that in here because I do find that we have the best producers in Canada, in Montreal, and it's shown. It's been shown with a lot of big names in here, a lot of big producers. It's just the artist itself in here in the city doesn't get as much recognition as other people.
So I just want to say that thank you so much for coming on this podcast. I really appreciate it, and I hope you get everything that you want in life and become whoever you aspire to be, because you have a really, like I could tell, because I feel energy and vibes, you have a really soft heart.
Thank you.
And you deserve everything.
Thank you. I really appreciate it, and thank you for having me on your show.
Thank you for coming on. So thank you guys for watching this episode with 7LC. I was really grateful to like be here in the studio. It was honestly such a good experience. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And before I end this video, I just want to say, is there anything else you want to tell everyone?
Yeah, you guys make sure that if you know any artist, bring him to LC Studio Record, eh? It's simple.
He wants to help everybody.
Everybody, like yo, like don't come and hit a lick. It's not working.
All right, well,
what it is.
thank you
So
so much. Thank you so much. You know, don't forget to like and subscribe to this video, and I'm just grateful. Thank you.
Replay. Sometimes I wish I could use a replay. When I had you dropping me down the Queensway. Said you weren't enough, yeah, enough. But now I had enough. I should probably use a replay. Sometimes I wish I could use a replay. When I had you dropping me down the Queensway. Said you weren't enough, yeah, enough. But now I had enough. I should probably use a replay. I can't argue with you every 3 days. I can't do this with you, baby, be safe. Always use some mirror to the car, not some stress. We're above, don't get vexed, gotta go. I don't wanna break your heart, gotta save mine too. I don't think you understand that I ain't with you. So please get out my face and skip it straight, you a fraud. Need something you ain't got. Sometimes I wish I could use a replay. Sometimes I wish I could use a replay. When I had you dropping me down the Queensway. Said you weren't enough, yeah, enough. But now I had enough, I should probably use a replay. Sometimes I wish I could use a replay. When I had you dropping me down the Queensway. Said you weren't enough, yeah, enough. But now I had enough, I should probably use a replay.